Hey guys, so today I thought I'd make a video about my very first job experience. It was absolutely horrifying and it has traumatized me to this day, and that is why I don't have an actual job right now to go to. I want to give people hope about their futures because I know myself, I'm always looking for research about people that have gone through something similar and have made it out alive successfully. And so that's what this video is going to be about today. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. So for starters, I should start out with how I got the job, I feel like. So I got the job because my mom knew the boss of the company, so it was pretty much easy from there, I guess you could say, especially because I've had no work experience whatsoever. And most of your first jobs have to be along the lower class levels of jobs, I guess they call it. And I didn't want that because I knew that I'd be completely uncomfortable working in those circumstances and those terms, only because I knew that I'm claustrophobic and feeling closed in just is not my thing. So it's pretty much a given that I was going to get the job. I mean, everyone else around me even said so. So it was everyone, even I, was pretty confident that I was going to get this job, and I did not think anything of having any issue with having a job whatsoever. I knew I needed one. I knew it's necessary in life. Money is a thing people need nowadays. But it just wasn't happening, okay? This is why I'm making this video. It's absolutely complicated. It's not just I don't want to work, I want to be in bed all day. But it's not the case at all. So my very first day working, I was completely confident. I went in headstrong, believing I would come out, happy and feeling successful and confident about my next day of working. And all of my shifts were 3 hours because I was still in school and she was being flexible with my schooling hours. And so that was awesome, but it made me feel even worse about when I quit on the first day. But I had to take care of myself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not gonna be happy ever. And one thing I've always really truly cared about is happiness and peace. And if I don't have those things, I don't want to be living. And that's part of why I'm making this video, because nobody's alone and I don't want people to feel like they're alone. And if there's anything that I can do to make someone feel less doubtful about their future or their life in general, I want to be able to do that. I mean, that's what other YouTubers do for me. And that's why I'm also making videos on YouTube, because I want to help people and do it on my own terms, though, because a lot of my beliefs and such don't really sit well with most adults. So I don't want having all these angry mothers coming into my office had I have gone into counseling, psychology, anything like that. I don't want to have all these angry moms coming at me, yelling at me. I don't want to fucking put up with that, and I wouldn't put up with that. Another reason why I should just be working from home, whether it's with writing or whatever it is. So another thing people think is the problem with me and this job that I had is that the boss didn't teach me everything. And the thing is, she did teach me everything, okay? Of course I was still getting into training, because even though they show you how to do something, they're still going to be helping you through it for however long you need them to, I guess. They're not just going to be like, that's how you do it, okay, you're on your own. So it's not like training was done, but she did have me doing literally everything in that store. Her jobs, my jobs, everybody's jobs, and that's the thing. So she pretty much did have me doing everything. She even said to me, when you are working alone, this is what you're going to be doing. Like, you are doing everything today, right? So I can learn everything. So it's not that she didn't finish the training. She did. She was getting me to do everything. And she wasn't taking it easy on me like some people also like to say as well. She even said that to me as well. I always thought that my first job was going to be like hard because my brain doesn't always work like a normal person's brain. So things like that also don't motivate me to get a physical going to everyday job. Whereas too, I could actually do things that I actually want to do, like to do, know how to do, and there's really nothing complicated within it that I don't understand. And if I don't understand it, I am definitely motivated to learn it because I want it in my life for the rest of my life. So confidence was not the issue, and self-doubt and stuff like that was not the issue at all. Really, people just keep putting words in my mouth, and that's not how it happened at all. My very first day of work, I did go in headstrong and very confident, and that's that. There was nothing else to it because she had me doing all the work. She even told me herself, and I actually counted, and I ended up working half an hour out of 3 hours. I can't do that. If I'm not constantly doing something, I am losing my mind. Like, even with school exams, I would have major panic attacks because, like, I'd be stuck there for an hour for sure. And, of course, you have the test, but if you finish the test and there's still half an hour left, you cannot leave, you cannot move without a teacher escorting you to the bathroom or wherever. And I don't just want to openly say, like, hey, I'm having a panic attack, can we, like, leave the room? Especially when it's, like, dead quiet in the class. Oh, so many school experiences I've had with having to explain when it's completely silent to teachers about my panic attacks and anxiety in the classroom and what was happening, even if it was the first time of them finding out about my anxiety and panic attacks and that fun stuff. I do truly want people to see this video and actually feel better about their life rather than just self-doubting all the time and shit. Like, I am actually fighting for what I want in my life right now. Every day I'm focusing on what I want in my future, what I want in my life, all of that. I am working my ass off, regardless if everyone can admit it or not. Most people can, but there's those little amounts of people in your life that will totally disagree with all of it. Like, even my life coach can see a huge difference, and she loves my amount of courage and motivation that I can even just give myself, and to have against these people trying to attack me and my life and my ways of living and trying to make me be and do things that I don't want to do and someone I don't want to be. So basically, kind of stepping back into the first job experience talk, whole point of this video, everything was going well, perfectly fine, and I was like, oh awesome, there's only like an hour left. And then, because the times were different on some days, so like just like closing time was different. There was weekend difference and then weekday difference, and I was thinking of the weekend time, and I was just so relieved because it's like, oh, there's only an hour left. My boss comes and tells me, you know, like, you're doing good. There's only an hour and a half left and you get to go home. Yeah. Yep. Hour and a half. What? And then I ended up looking at the clock on the phone and noticed it was an hour and a half left. And that's when the panicking really started, because when I feel trapped in an environment and I know I cannot leave until time is up, I will panic. Even if it's only half an hour and I know I can't leave the room, I will lose my shit. I don't care if I can go into the back of the room or to the bathroom first. That doesn't do anything. Just knowing I can't leave the building for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 8 hours, even worse, I wouldn't survive. Trust me. That is why I had to quit. When I started actually feeling very anxious and very suicidal, in fact, and my panic attacks were getting to the point where I actually had to hide behind clothing racks because I didn't want anyone to see me losing my shit. And I didn't know how I was going to cope for another hour and a half. Luckily I was able to push myself through it, but I actually, like, even just in my mind, I kept picturing emergency vehicles showing up and taking me away to go sit in a mental hospital for years on end, and so that's why I had to quit. And I just wish I could be that open with everyone in my life, but unfortunately, talking to strangers seems better, because they seem to not judge you as much. I mean, like, they can still, but other people in your life can actually judge you more than strangers would, especially because strangers don't know you completely. So never know. Like, I'm actually feeling a lot of anxiety talking about this right now. It's crazy. And the thing is, I had to hide behind clothing racks to hide my panic attacks and deal with feeling suicidal and all of that. And I was actually thinking of ending my life when I got home that evening. And that was that. And I actually thought, like, it's either I quit this job or I kill myself. That was one of the, those were the two only thoughts in my head. And to better myself, I chose to quit the job because I'm not, like, I cannot feel like that every day. And my camera just went extremely crooked. Like, I don't know if I could handle feeling that way every day. I am quite certain I couldn't. I've been through way too much to be able to push myself to greater extents like I used to be able to endlessly. I don't have the kind of energy in me anymore to do all of that stuff and pushing myself to the point of death and pushing past it. Like, I can't do that so easily anymore because I've done it too much. And a lot of the time, people would make everything I was going through 1,000 times harder because they just didn't want me to do whatever it was. So, I've been through a great deal of shit, plus people putting a lot of shit on top of it, and completely making me have to fight through each individual obstacle just to get to that one major obstacle, and then still manage to still make it harder for me. So I have had to push myself to even jumping out of vehicles. Like, it's crazy, everything I've been through, and I don't want everyone else to think that they have to go through it alone, because I've been alone for so many years until I finally found two people that actually care about me. So I want to make this video in particular because it's really important that people know that they're not alone in these things, and that if I do get through this, you'll have me to look back on as one of your examples that life can get better. So, because I know myself, I will look through YouTubers' videos and even discover some new YouTubers trying to find what people have been through and have actually got through. But I wasn't about to put myself through 3 hours, even just 3 hours of breaking down and panicking, having traumatic experiences every fucking day, and traumatizing thoughts in my mind. That's probably the most traumatizing about the whole thing. Panic attacks themselves make experiences in life seem very traumatic if they attack you at a certain time, and if they attack you greater than they usually do, they can be worse. So, and the fact that I have 4 anxiety disorders kind of doesn't help. So, yeah. And then severe depression on top of that, all of that is even harder. So that was my very first work experience, and I don't know what's going to happen in my future. I don't know what's yet to come. Part of that has to do with me seeing my life coach now, but yeah. If you guys like this video, definitely leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and don't forget to leave any recommendations you guys have for me in the comments below this video.